everybody, that's me. My name is Georgia Grant Anderson and welcome to Headshots. Stay tuned for part 2, which is showreels. Okay, let's get started. Headshots are so Headshots are so important. Why? Because it's the first thing a casting director will see. Now, you could be as pretty as a picture, you could be as lovely, you could be as talented, you could be the best and the best and better than the best and the best and the best, right? But if your headshot is looking drab and not clickable, you've missed out on a bunch of opportunities. It's the first thing that a casting director sees, right? So when you apply for a job, they'll say, yeah, could you send us your headshot, your CV, and if you have a show reel, please send over your show reel, right? And I guarantee you, the first thing they will look at is your headshot. Now, if your headshot is like this, if it's a picture of like a selfie, a picture of you just on the street, a picture of you, a nice picture of you with your friends cropped out, no. It's not gonna cut it, right? It's not gonna cut it. I say that loosely because some casting directors, they might want a casual photo. Now that depends. They might say, yeah, just a random photo, we just need to see kind of what you look like. But majority of the time, when they're asking for a headshot, they would like a proper headshot because they want to see you, right? And I think as an actor, we don't see the things that maybe a casting director or an agent or a photographer would see. We just see us and think, oh, that's a pretty picture of me. Boom. It's not going to cut it. There is a difference between looking pretty and looking professional. Now, I get all my headshots done by Nick Gregan. I will leave all his details in his his website in the description box. So if you want to see his profile, the headshots that he does, and you might see my face on the website as well, it's just in the description box. He is brilliant. Now, I like to get my headshots done by Nick Gregan because I've been to a few people, I've been to 2 other places to get my headshots done, but Nick Gregan has kind of catapulted me in the right direction. Like, I will get more castings because I don't know how he does it, he's just amazing at what he does. When I go to the studio now, I think my last headshot I did maybe last year or 2 years ago, and went to his studio. Now I get dressed and stuff, and then he like talks me through it and he says, look like this, and he really allows me to kind of loosen up and like really get to take a really good picture because he's just brilliant. I cannot say anymore. I give him 100% recommendation because all my headshots that he's done I've loved, and I've booked jobs from them as well. So yeah. So what is quite important is when you do go and you get a bunch of headshots. So for me, when I went to Nick Gregan, I got a bunch of pictures that he's taken of me, and we went through them, and he listed the ones that he thought was brilliant and the ones that I should probably send off to my agent and stuff. So I sent off my headshots, the like broken down ones, because he sent me like hundreds. So I broke them down to maybe about like 20, 30, and I gave them to her, and she looked through them, and she sent them on to casting directors as well, I think, like her friends, to ask, which one would be the best one. And I can't lie, this process took a while, and I really thought, like, I hope this isn't costing me kind of any jobs and stuff. And I said to her, how about this picture? I really like this one. And she told me, it can't be rushed. This is so important because, like I say, it's the first thing that a casting director will see. So this is so important that this process should not be rushed. So I do recommend, if you have an agent or the professional photographer who's taking your pictures, for them to tell you like, okay, this one should be your main headshot. So on my spotlight profile, I'll have my main shot, and then I'll have a few other headshots as well. But the main shot is what like everyone sees. So yeah, my agent told me like, do not be hasty, do not rush it. You know, I'm gonna get that correct headshot for you, and that's what she did. I love my agent. So I got the headshot that was great for me, and then on it went to booking auditions. So at one of my short courses that I have done, I was told he was a professional actor, and I think I'm not sure if he started directing things, but he said he was in like a casting director's room now, and they were casting for a project, and he said how brutal it was. They had a bunch, like say 100 of headshots, right? And they was just looking through the headshots and going, no, no, oh yes, no, 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 oh yes, no, 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 yes. So that's why I do say that headshots are extremely important, because could you imagine being extremely talented, almost perfect for the role, but because your headshot wasn't taken professionally and it was taken on like your phone, like selfie stick, you know, you miss out on such a brilliant opportunity simply because of that. And I guess it is brutal because it was all based on, okay, this person looks right, this person, but that's just the industry facts standard. So yeah, it's brutal for that. But I think what I would say is don't give anyone a reason. Don't give them more of a reason to not want you. You know, get your headshot professionally done and get your show reel done. You know, get your act together. Like, get ready for this. You know, if you want to be successful or you want to like kind of have a few jobs or whatever, like you have to make sure that you have the foundations, and that is first your headshot, then your CV and your show reel, and then you kind of build up your portfolio as you go along. So yeah, that was, could you imagine like your face is on there and it's just like, no, you know, it just literally first glance, first looks. That's what my teacher told me that had happened at a casting director's thing, and he said that it's very common for that to happen as well. So yeah, get your headshots. And that also brings me on to, I saw on a comment on another actor's like YouTube, I saw like a person comment and said, asked if it would be acceptable for their mum's a professional photographer, would they be able to take a picture of them and use that as a headshot? And personally, I'd say no, because she might be, there's like different forms of photography, and you shouldn't just think, okay, this person has a camera, they have a Canon and they can take a picture of me. No, right? There's people trained for headshots, there are people trained for wedding photos, there are people trained for animals and animal photos. They're all different category, and we shouldn't ever stomp on anybody's like career because there's certain techniques, there's certain things that we don't understand, you know, but they do, because like this is what they do, right? So I would say don't take a picture on your mum's Canon, or don't take a picture on your phone. Go to a professional person who does headshots and get it done there, because I guarantee you're gonna get it. They will get the job done, and you will hopefully go on to book jobs and auditions and stuff. So yeah, I would definitely say that. Again, like I said, if you look on Google, there'll be like a list of people who do headshot photography. Look through their client list, look through their pictures that they've taken, and to see if they're basically any good. And that's why I recommend Nick Gregan, who takes all of my pictures. I think he's absolutely superb. Check him out, you might like him as well. Make sure that you go to someone who's reputable, look at the reviews and stuff, make sure that they're not scam. You know, there's so much things to look out for. That's why, you know, if you know any actors as well, ask them who's taking your pictures. Look through people's pictures. Sometimes they'll say who has taken their picture underneath the photo or something like that. Like, go onto the actors' pages and see who's taken their photo. Go and review their website. If you have friends that are actors, go and ask them, like, who's taking your headshots, are they any good, read reviews, you know, get a bunch of people, get, you know, and see, you know, don't just think, oh, this guy's brilliant, so I'm just going to use him, because at the end of the day, he might be brilliant for still life or wedding photography, you know what I mean? Like, there's a massive difference, massive variation. So yeah. Story time. I remember I went to a drama academy thing, short course thing, when I was about 14, 13. It was called Celebrity Talent Academy, CTA, and if you go online, it like doesn't exist anymore, weirdly, and a lot of people say it was a scam, and personally for me it was definitely not a scam, because I got my first agent from there. I learned so much training and stuff from there, but you know, you never really know. But personally for me, I didn't think it was a scam. I thought I feel like I managed to get somewhere. Like, it was a little bit of a stepping stone for me, because I learned quite a bit about the industry as well. So yeah, but other people might say it was a scam, I didn't get anything out of it, They might just be being bitter, or perhaps they genuinely were scammed, but personally I wasn't. Anyway, let me get to the point. So I went to CTA and I did the course there, and they asked, you know, bring in your headshots, and at that point I was like just starting out in business. I didn't know anything. I didn't have an agent. I just had a bit of training from like school, you know, like school plays. I didn't really know much. So I went there and I just used the picture that I did when I was modeling with my cousin. We did like a little photo shoot, do you know what I mean? Like, you go somewhere, you pay to take photos and you go home, those places. So I used one of those photos. I remember we was going in the circle and we was showing the lady, the teacher, our headshots, right? One girl had a picture, and I tell you no lie, it was her, a picture of her, long frame, and on top it was like a picture, like a chicken shop or like a restaurant. It was like a restaurant above her, and she was just like this in like a raincoat. And our teacher was like, no, we don't do this. Like, what is this, mate? Come on, can we get some good headshots here? Like, she was not impressed. I think a lot of us were just starting out, so we didn't actually know what a proper headshot was. So, but yeah, then it came to me, and for my picture, she said I look like a stripper. Stripper. Yeah. She was like, I don't know, if I was casting, I would think maybe you're trying to be a prostitute or something. And I was just like, are you even allowed to say that? Clearly she was. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I told my mum, and my mum found it hilarious and stuff. And yeah, it was called a stripper. So she said, you know, no, this is not what a headshot is. And then a headshot is literally a shot of your head. It's not a full body shot of you sitting in a tube like me, or like doing a bit of modelling. No, it's literally this, you know, it's a picture of your head, because when a casting director looks at you, they're going to be looking at your face and what kind of expression, like, you know, you can tell people, like, many people might say I've got a jolly face, I look happy all the time, like I've got a nice kind of play a good girl face. You've got other people like Cillian Murphy, he's got a natural bad guy face, so you'd cast him as a bad guy, you know what I mean? But I guarantee in real life he's probably a lovely person, who knows? So yeah, it's called a stripper. So after I was told that I looked like a stripper in my headshot, I went home, and this is my headshot process. So I've taken pictures of me like on my phone. You can, in this picture that I'm showing, if I'm envisioning it right, there's probably a shadow in the background, it's not clear. Then I went to another place, I got this picture done. I don't quite like this picture because I think I didn't do my hair as nice as I should have done it as well. The colour grading I'm sure is a bit off. I just found them and went there because I didn't want to spend too much. I think the picture was like 20 quid, you know what I mean? I didn't want to spend that much, so I just took a picture went to the place, they took a picture of me, that was that. They were just like photographers. They must have specified of what photographers they are, but I'm sure they weren't like headshot. They just said, we'll take a picture of you for 20 quid, and I was like, cool. Yeah, that one. And then I decided enough is enough, let me go and spend that money. And because in it, you know, I don't want to talk about my financial background, but it's that I always think when I spend money on my training, I spend money on my show reels, when I spend money on myself and in regards to acting, it's an investment. Like, I am investing in my future, I am investing in myself, I am investing in my career. So if this all goes to plan as I would love it to, then the investment was worth it, you know. And it was a good idea for me to finally go and get some professional headshots. That way I managed to get an agent as well, managed to book auditions. It's if you want it, you've got to go out there and do something to get it, you know. And I think the sticky thing with headshots is you don't know people's financial backgrounds. But if you want it, you know, if you're able to get a job, you know, part-time, maybe Saturday, Sunday, so you could fund your career, your headshots and stuff, I would say do it. Whether it's like in retail, you know, while you're at school or something, you know, I would recommend it, because at the end of the day, it's going to be your future, it's your career, it's your life. Go for it. If you believe in yourself, go for it. If you think that you one day will be successful, go for it. Even if you don't believe that you're going to be successful, but you want to give it a try, go for it. Just believe in yourself and do what you can do, because, you know, God is good. To summarize this video, headshots are extremely important. So if you can, go out there and get yourself a professional headshot done, because at the end of the day, it is the determining factor whether the casting director wants to look into you and wants to see more of you, right? So I'd also recommend as well, summary, also recommending get someone in the industry to approve of that. Now, well, many people might not have agents, so I would recommend, if you're doing a course, a short course or something, I guarantee you have a teacher in that course, or the person who runs the course, they are somehow in the industry, whether a professional actor, director, casting director, whoever they may be. I guarantee they have some kind of professional background. So I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you've got these professional headshots and you say, hey sir, miss, can you please help me out? Which one should I choose? Because at the end of the day, your main shot is that main picture, the first picture that the casting director will see. So it's so important for that to be the best shot of you, that captures you, captures your eyes, captures maybe hints of your personality beyond what the acting eye as an actor we can't see, but as a professional casting director or director they are able to see. So I would definitely recommend that. If you do have an agent, ask your agent, just message your agent and ask, you know, which headshot should I choose for my main photo, which one should I choose for my photos on my spotlight, full stop, and I'm sure they will be happy to help, because at the end of the day, you guys are a team, so I'm sure they'll be happy to help. Okay, stay tuned to part 2, which is show reels. Show reels is just as important as headshots, so stay tuned for that. So thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you like this video, even if you didn't like it, please give me a like, subscribe, comment. If you would like to know anything more about headshots and stuff, please leave a comment, I will try and get back to you. If you would like me to do a part 2 on this, if I wasn't clear enough about some stuff, please leave it in the comments, I will be happy to do that. Also, please share this video, right? Because, you know, knowledge is power. Let's get this video around, get people knowing what to do, the pros, cons, advice and stuff on their headshots and stuff. So, you know, let people know, share my content. I am very grateful. Yes, so let's act up. Thank you guys for watching.